Hello guys, good evening to everyone. It's me Thales. You are watching my channel dedicated to studying English from basic to advanced. Right? So what are we going to study today? Today we will study verbs plus preposition plus another verb. Yes, I know. This sequence, this structure has already been covered in the last 2 or 3 videos from our intermediate advanced series, but now we will see more examples. You know, the combination of verb plus preposition is very common, and sometimes it's required the student is required to memorize them, right? Some prepositions only come when followed by an adjective, a certain noun. So these combinations need to be memorized. Yes, I know. It's like in Portuguese, right? Certain verbs are followed by certain prepositions. It's the same. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and give a like if you like the video, okay? So without further ado, let's get going, shall we? Let's go, let's start studying. I was watching some videos on YouTube, I was playing video games, and now I stopped doing what I was doing so that we can record more videos. Yes, forget that creepy face, right? I did in the last video I recorded because, you know, we have 2 different series, basic and intermediate advanced. This one you are watching is intermediate advanced. This one is basic. Basic ones are explained in Portuguese, and this one is entirely in English. Let's talk about your problem, shall we? Okay, so you invited me to talk, to solve an issue, something bad was going on, and I say, let's talk about your problem. So you can talk about something. Talk plus about plus something. This something is the object of this sentence, right? Let's talk about what. What are we going to talk about? But when the verb plus preposition is followed by another verb, you have to pay attention about something else. For example, talk plus about plus verb with ing. Last lesson we talked about prepositions plus verbs, right? First of all, prepositions when followed by verbs, the verbs are required to be followed with ing. So they come with ing. You can't forget about it. You must be attentive about it. And first, you understand what is which preposition comes after the verb you are using. You can talk about something. Depending on the verb, you will use another preposition. For example, I apologize for what I said. Apologize requires preposition for. Okay? I apologize to you for something I have done, right? It has 2 objects. It may have 2 different objects. When you apologize, apologize means to be sorry about something, right? You apologize to someone for something. And when building a sentence, sometimes you don't use someone. You just mention, I apologize for something. But depending on the sentence, you can use two different objects. I apologize to you for what I said, okay? Here, you don't have to worry about putting ing because the preposition for is not followed directly by a verb, okay? It's followed by another sentence, right? I apologize for what? This is the object. The circled part here is the object of the sentence. Now, let's see. He talked to me about traveling to Hawaii. He talked to me about what? So, talk to someone. So the first thing you have to worry about is which preposition you put after the verb. And it's not any preposition. Some verbs only accept a certain array of prepositions, or maybe they just accept one preposition. So you have to memorize. You can't say talk in someone. No, talk to someone. So you need to memorize. Yes, I'm against the method of learning in which you have to memorize things by repeating. Talk to, right? I don't like this mechanic method of learning something. To me, it's much better, much more practical and effective to learn by examples, right? When reading sentences, when writing sentences as well, listening, the more examples you are exposed to, the more likely you will understand and memorize in a more natural way, right? It becomes part of your long-term memory instead of short-term one. Short-term memory, is it important? Yes, of course it is. Especially when you take a test, right? You know, you have a test and you have to memorize a formula, many formulas, for example, a math test. So you have to memorize. Okay, you memorize, take the test, and then you can forget, or you don't need to worry about keeping the formula in your memory, because there are other types of things more important to memorize. So that's what I'm talking about. She apologized to her for yelling. She apologized to her for yelling at her son. Yes. Let's see. Let's analyze this sentence. She apologized to her. So when you apologize and it involves a person, you say apologize to a person. She apologized to me, she apologized to Thales, she apologized to Mary, right? Here is someone. For is the reason why I'm apologizing for, or why she's apologizing for. So why did she apologize to her, right? Why did she need to apologize to her? For yelling at her son. So this is the object. And as you may have already noticed, when you have a verb following a preposition, you put it with ing, okay? All right, people. There are more verbs and structures. We will see some more of them before ending this video. Example, I insisted on paying the tickets, or paying for the tickets. I guess paying for is better. I insisted on paying for the tickets. Insisted on, you see? Insisted on. Yes, is it necessary, Thales, to use insist on? Yes, it is. I'm checking here on Google if it's necessary to use pay for. Because sometimes, yes, pay for is better. Pay for a medical treatment, pay for the tickets, paying for tickets. Let me see. Yes, paying for tickets. Or you can pay a parking ticket. Yes. Paying a parking ticket. Pay traffic tickets. So it's not required here to use for. When you say pay for, as I searched on the internet right now, you can pay for medical treatment, for example. You pay for a service, for example. But paying the tickets, you can pay directly. It's not, you don't say pay for tickets, pay tickets. So the first impression I had was correct. Although I see some websites, I guess these websites are not American, I guess they are British, in which they say paying for tickets. I will assume it's not wrong, so I will put them between parentheses, okay? But anyway, this is not the point of the example I'm giving here. I insisted on doing something. So when you insist on doing something. So you have to memorize, insist on. So this kind of thing, to me, is one of the most difficult things in English, because there is no logical explanation, and you can't relate these rules with your mother tongue anyway. And it's not advisable, as intermediate advanced students are required to think in English rather than take your mother tongue and translate. It's not advisable. If you do this translation, you are unlikely to become fluent in that language. So I advise you against it, okay? Don't translate. Think in English. Unless you are a beginner, right? You don't know anything about English and you have to build a vocabulary apparatus so that you can understand better what you are saying or you are reading. So you insist on doing. ing here is necessary, okay? Insisted on paying for the tickets or paying the tickets. I guess both are correct because I see both examples here. But the first one, I would say I insisted on paying the tickets. When I pay for service. That's what I think, okay? Maybe if you have a different opinion or approach, you can tell me. But I guess if I found official websites from government and stuff like that on the internet saying both ways are correct, I will believe them, okay? What do you think No, sorry. I'm thinking of traveling to New York. This will be my last example today, okay? I'm thinking of traveling to New York. Thinking of. Is it possible to think about something? Yes, it's possible. But the meaning is, the usage is different. When you think of, it means you are considering something. It's something you want to do. You haven't decided yet, and you are still thinking about it. So I'm thinking of traveling to New York. So I'm considering the trip to New York. So after prepositions, we have ing here. Okay? Well, that's it for today. This video was already too lengthy. I don't like to make too lengthy videos as they perhaps the student doesn't have that much time to watch videos, and it's better to split the videos into small chunks so it becomes better to understand and to learn that topic. Okay, next video we will continue talking about the combinations of verb plus preposition, but we will see other verbs, other preposition combinations, okay? So bye bye, see you next video.